Welcome to Goshen Prepping. Thank you for joining us. I firmly believe there's an orchestrated plan to reduce the amount of population on the planet, and I know many of you agree. But I want to show you a couple dots that we can connect to absolutely show you that's what's happening. First, this article just came out. Cancer rates are climbing among young people, and it's not clear why. Cancer most often strikes later in life. 60% of patients are 65 or older. But younger people with cancer is becoming more common. In recent decades, cancer rates have been climbing among people under 50, and that's typically when the cutoff is for when cancer is considered to be early onset. And now I want to go into an extreme detail in that article, because the article even says, we don't know why. We can probably pinpoint why. I mean, personally, if you ask me, I think it's our foods. I think it's all the crap and garbage they put in our foods, all these preservatives, all these things. And what do we have more? What group of people eats that garbage food more than younger people? They don't want to cook. They don't want to go into the old hard work way of doing things, of actually making their own food. So what do? They go to fast food. They go to junk food from the grocery store. And therefore, we see cancer increasing in that population group. Is that what's happening? I can't confirm it for sure, but I think that's what's happening, because the amount of chemicals, if you actually start looking into detail, the amount of chemicals that are actually in those foods, it's absolutely atrociously horrible for you. And there's European countries that ban a lot of these chemicals, but the FDA says, you're okay, go ahead and do it, because the FDA is part of this whole scheme. Let's reduce the amount of population. Now, is it all the population they want to reduce? No. I mean, I know we're really pushing it here, but it's the elites want to stick around while drastically reducing the amount of lower population. And you might think, well, who's going to do all the work for us now that you see AI increasing? They're trying to make it so we have this new utopia in which you don't have a lot of younger people anymore, which are the fighting age people, mind you, but the elites who can continue living and try to actually survive forever with their genome and what they want. And therefore us peons, well, you know what, forget about us. Look at this article. Have you seen this? Synthetic human embryos created in groundbreaking advance. Scientists have created synthetic human embryos using stem cells in a groundbreaking advance that sidesteps, well, we don't need eggs and sperm anymore. But this is what I want you to see. Scientists say these model embryos, model as in not toys, but perfect embryos, which resemble those in earliest stages of human development, could provide a crucial window on the impact of genetic disorders and the biological causes of recurrent miscarriages. The word genetic disorders really stands out for me. And the reason genetic disorders stands out for me is for the fact that they want to produce, so to speak, a perfect human. And they don't want those perfect humans for us. They want perfect humans for them. I firmly believe the elites want to have it so their children that they'll actually have will be genetically made to be perfect, whereas you have to be a multi-millionaire or billionaire to actually produce these kids, while the rest of us who do it the fun old-fashioned way, well, you know what? We're going to be a roll of the dice to see what happens. Or is it a roll of the dice? Let's look back at that article. And also the biological causes of recurrent miscarriage. And that's what I'm talking about. We are seeing the population of the United States and other first world countries that are actually along with the United States on a massive decline. And a lot of people are thinking, oh, it's no big deal. They throw out garbage like the world is overpopulated anyway. So you know what? Reduce some people here and there. But we're seeing a drastic increase in miscarriages as well. Huge. For the fact that, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and actually die them off with cancer if they're already into their 20s or 30s. But even more so, wouldn't it be easier to simply stop the actual production of people by increasing miscarriages? And again, is this through our food? Is it through, well, other things, which I'm not allowed to say on YouTube? It's difficult to say. Either way, this is Goshen Prepping, and this is probably the number one most sinister thing we need to prepare for. How do we prepare for this? By making more kids. I know that's really weird to say, but you need to prepare for all the things that these elites are orchestrating. In my opinion, maybe yours too, I'd like to see your comments below. I believe they're trying to die us off. So we have a very limited amount of actual peons like us to do some of the dirty work while they can live in the lap of luxury while we basically are slaves. What do you think about that? I know there's a lot of tinfoil stuff going on there, tinfoil hat, but that's what I firmly believe. I'd like to see your comments below if you believe it too. Thanks for watching.